welcome to the round 15 episode of Lockie's Weekly Footy Roundup. And we look back at the week that went by in round 14, the ladder, and we'll be predicting round 15. And before we do that, well, in 2 weeks' time, looks like there's going to be a big episode coming up on the podcast. It's going to be set at the home of footy, Melbourne. Anyways, let's go to round 14. St Kilda versus Western Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium. Oh, Western Bulldogs are just too good again. St Kilda, they've gone missing against the Bulldogs again. 71 points last time, and I was at that game. 72 points this time around, and I wasn't at the game. And Friday night, Hawthorn and Adelaide at UTAS Stadium in Launceston. Hawthorn 6-11, Crows 5-14. Hawthorn have got a very good record over in the Launceston Tundra. As for the Crows, well, if they're looking to go to Tassie, well, they'll be looking forward to versing the Devils in a few years. Brisbane and GWS at the Gabba. Oh my, well, did Brisbane hire a fraudster for a kicking coach? 13-18 they kicked. GWS 17-5. Well, at least their kicking coach is doing a good job. Did they just re-sign Josh Crowden? This is why GWS have been kicking really good, with Jesse Hogan kicking 6 goals and Aaron Cadman 5. Essendon versus Geelong at the MCG. That is a game not worth watching. Essendon did not show up at all. They lost by 95 points. It's got to be one of the worst moments in Essendon's history. Get more debutants, Essendon. 4 more at least. Although Vicentini is going to be making his debut this week, and it's Vigo Vicentini. But, well, the Essendon fraud squad, well, they need to get the police on the Essendon fraud squad. They're just not very good at all. North Melbourne versus Fremantle at Optus Stadium. Well, I guess Brad Scott, Todd Goldstein, and Ben McKay really are regretting leaving the Kangaroos. They only just lost by 6 points. Well, at least North Melbourne showed a bit more fight compared to the Essendon fraud squad. And they led it throughout the first half against the Dockers. But they nearly levelled it. They levelled it at one stage in the last quarter. Although they could be in for an upset. I guess North Melbourne really do enjoy going to Western Australia. They should be able to rebrand themselves as the North Perth Kangaroos. Port Adelaide versus Melbourne at Adelaide Oval. Well, what a day for the power. And Mitch Georgiadis, 7-4. If he kicked straight, he would have got 10. We would have been the first Port Adelaide player to kick 10 goals. West Coast versus Carlton, also at Optus Stadium. That's the second game of the round at Optus Stadium. First time a double happened there since 2023. Carlton led by 46 points at half in the second quarter at one stage. The Blues were up like 50 odd points. Then West Coast came back to lose by 34. And now we go to the ladder after round 14. Top of the table, it's still Collingwood. And anyone stop it this season? Second is Geelong. 5 straight wins. Third is Brisbane. Well, their form's kind of dropped off a bit. Fourth is the Crows. Well, they got the bye this week. Fifth is Hawthorn. They had a very good start to the year of 9-5. Sixth is the Gold Coast. How did they lose to the bye? Seventh is GWS. Giants are playing very good footy. Eighth is Fremantle. Well, they've won 4 in a row. No, I forgot the Western Bulldogs. Well, they're still in the fight to make the finals. Well, Port Adelaide are back in the fight for the finals. So is Carlton. As for Essendon, well, they might potentially miss out. As next week they got the Fremantle Dockers in Perth. It's going to be a hard task for them. 13th is the Swans. I mean, how on earth could they lose to the bye? 14th is St Kilda. Well, they lost to the Bulldogs, and next week they got Collingwood. Tough one for the Saints. 15th we got Melbourne. Well, they've got a tough one next week. They're versus the bye. 16th we got North Melbourne. They should be in full of confidence, ready for the Blues game next week. 17th is Richmond. And they once again lost to the bye. 18th is West Coast. They've got themselves a game next week to look forward to. They're versus the bye. Now we got the prediction for round 15. Fremantle versus Essendon at Optus Stadium. I'm going with the Dockers by 60 points. Geelong and Brisbane at GMHBA Stadium, also known as the Cattery. I'm going with Geelong to get their revenge from the prelim by 27 points. Carlton versus North Melbourne at the MCG. I reckon the Blues will get up by 13 points. Ports versus Sydney at Adelaide Oval. I reckon the Power will get up, but by a similar margin from last year at Adelaide Oval. I'm picking 96 points for the Power. Collingwood and the Saints at Marvel Stadium. I reckon the Magpies will get it done by 60 points. GWS and Gold Coast at NG Stadium, aka the Expansion Cup. As Gold Coast came in 2011 and GWS came in 2012. And I reckon the AFL's second child, GWS, will get the job done against their first child, the Gold Coast, by 1 point. Western Bulldogs and Richmond at Marvel Stadium. I'm calling it Western Bulldogs by 110 points. And that will wrap up round 15, as next week we got the round 16 episode to look forward to, and then we got the big one.